Good morning, everybody. We made it to Friday. There was a couple days I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it to Friday, but we're here. So what's everyone's weekend plans? I'm just excited that it's raining today. We had a really bad drought. It's only 73 here. Windows open, doors open. Whew. Big break. Big break. So let's see who is in here. First one in, our friend Just Me. Uli girl, good morning. Lauren said, see y'all soon. Better set your reminder, Lauren. Katie Bird, good morning. Hello, Erica. Hi, Aggie. Hi, Jules. Hi, Wolfcat. Let me see. Still getting used to this mouse. Hello, Pat. Hey, Pat, I sent you a message on Discord. When you have a second, check it out. Glad to see everybody. Good morning, Jordan. Michelle, good morning. Jordan's a new sub. All right. I love seeing new subs, old subs, medium subs, juicy tequila bobo. But no, really, it's trying to find a way to phrase this so it sounds like we're not having a taster's choice moment. It really, honestly, means a lot when we go live and to see you guys come in, whether we're talking about Summer Wells, Harmony, Michael, Dylan Rounds, anything. I don't care if it's when I'm complaining about tornadoes in Oklahoma, but for us to all get together so often, I absolutely adore it and adore all you guys. Be a Shiner, good morning. Chris, good morning. Lisa, good morning. Bailey, good morning. So hope everyone had a good week. It wasn't too stressful, not too hot, and we're over the hump. I mean, we're looking at, well, I put it in the Crime Lines and Lies Facebook group that we are less than 5 months till Christmas. I mean, shoot, we're going to be talking about Labor Day soon. It's crazy how fast the year's going by. Year's going by kind of slow for Don. He seems to have had a lot of time to reflect and write some letters. I think with the help of his so-called media manager. Hang on one second. Tammy, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Make sure you set your reminder and come in at noon today, noon Central Time, because we have a members only live. Jordan said school starts here August 4th. I know. Summer is a blink. I don't mean this. I don't mean the Summer Wells case. I mean the season. You know, we want, the warm weather and everything, and then we complain about the heat. Next thing you know, we're out to pick up a jug of milk and they're like, and you see Santa Clauses and shit around you. It's crazy. Let's see what our friend Muscles and Mascara is doing. She's been out of town for a couple days. We're going to give her some congratulations because she just got a promotion at work. Hello, my friend.
Hello. Thank you.
I was so excited when you called me yesterday. I'm like, that's huge news.
Yes. Very excited, especially starting with a new company. So it's exciting. So makes me think I made the right decision.
Well, in 6 months, you're going to be like, why am I doing everyone's job for them? I'm be like, hey, girl, don't be good at your job. That's my only vocational advice I can give anyone is don't be too good at your job, because then when you go somewhere else, they hire 3 people to replace you. And then you're in the same boat at the next one. And then the office gossip no one likes gets the same raise as you. That's my vocational advice, everybody. Don't be too good at your job.
That's perfect advice. That's perfect advice. Oh, no, I appreciate the congratulations. I do. Thank you very much.
No, that's a huge deal. Huge deal.
Yes.
I think I'm going to promote myself on the channel.
Hey, I think you should.
I'm going to give myself a promotion right
now. Please do.
I am now the Crime Lines and Lies media manager.
You absolutely are. And before you go into this craziness, I do want to say, this is the best place to be, and this place is because of you and how you run it and how you built it. So we thank you for what you've done to allow us to be here. So thank you.
Oh, no, it's all about you guys. Let me tell you what, without you guys, I see what goes on. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, she doesn't pay attention. I do.
Absolutely.
I've seen everything. And I like our place. I like our place. Radio Gaga said promotions for all. That, you know what? We're going to do that. We're going to do a promotions show.
That would be awesome. Let's
In
do it.
honor of Muscles and Mascara, we're all going to get a promotion. Just me does need a promotion.
Absolutely.
Katie Bird, yep. Katie Bird needs a promotion. Promotions for all, but I'm media manager. I'm definitely going to need a lot of assistance, though. A lot of assistance.
There we go.
Who will be, because I can't fill these shoes, we'll have to take a poll. Who will be human boss?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I think I might vote for the if you'll make me maybe the bouncer or something, I think I'll be all right with that. So
Be a bouncer.
yeah.
We just can't go forward without promotions until we can figure out who human boss is.
Yeah, that's a fact. Oh God.
Human boss has been busy this week with 23 hours in the day with nothing to do but reflect on the shitstorm that is his life and the dumpster fire him and his beautiful queen have developed. He's got the same penmanship as the Declaration of Independence. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
We're speaking in code. We're cryptic. That or he's trying to sound intelligent. And then it seems like we have some edits from Tim.
Yeah. This blows me away. I can't wait to get into this, see what everybody else's reaction is to it, because I'll be very honest, I hadn't read it until we did it this morning. So
we read it this morning. There was one part of the letter that I said to Muscles, I'm like, before I read this, please take a deep breath. And it's a good thing I warned you, or you would have been fit to be tied for the whole day. You would have lost your promotion today.
I probably, you're probably right, because I about lost my mind when you read it. I'll have to try to refrain on here a little bit too.
I can't tell you how many times in a row when I was reading the letter to Muscles and Mascara, still waiting on Morgan Freeman. Oh, I forgot. Everybody voted on Billy Bob Thornton to come and read it for us. Yeah, there was a couple. I heard Muscles and Mascara several times over and over. I hope nobody at her new job hears this say, that dumb bastard.
Sure did. I'll admit it. And if anybody at my new job does hear it, you know what? It's okay. They'll be like, she's just telling the truth. It's okay.
That dumb bastard. That could be a show. I am putting together a show, and it's going to be a long show. Actually, I try to keep everything, hour and a half, 2 hours. Can't do the 6, 7, 8 hour lives. I don't have it in the tank, guys. I just don't.
Nope.
Would love to talk to you all day. Just can't do it. But the show that's coming up called Human Boss, that might be like those mini series, like the North and South we used to watch back in the 80s. I mean, every night at 7 for like 8 nights in a row.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Well, let's do some comments from the last show, and then we will get to Human Boss's letter. You ready?
Awesome. Yes, let's do it.
Okay, Cheyenne said, has anyone noticed Andy tattooed on Candace's fingers? I keep looking at Candace's hand. I don't want to look at it anymore. Now, she has, her oldest son's name is Andrew. Her ex, before Dawn, that she had children with, his name is Andrew. Is that what her fingers say?
Oh, my God. I don't know. I can't look either. I can't stand to look at her face long enough, much less her freaking hands. So I don't know. I can't answer that question. But for the love of God, is there anybody in this case that don't share the same damn name?
I think I said that on the 3rd or 4th show after we through all the names. I was like, you guys aren't the Kennedys. You don't need to hand your names down. You're good.
No, and we don't need them to hand off anything down the line to anybody else's children. When the top of the line is as disgusting as these human beings are, we sure don't need seconds and thirds running around. That's for sure.
Well, it's like the Bob Newhart show. I'm Daryl. This is my brother Daryl. My other brother Daryl.
Oh, so true.
And now we have Summer's earthly father, and of course, human boss.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Robin said from the last show, shouldn't Candace have said, I went into the children, meaning all of her kids, went in to check on all of her kids. But she says, now I didn't catch this and I'm going to listen to it again. Candace says, I went into the boys as though summer was already gone. I feel this is a slip. That's a huge slip. I'm going to listen to it again because Robin catching this is which is why I like doing the replays on the show. Every time something sticks out, every time,
Yeah.
because they're lying. So think about that, Candace, because we did part 1 of Don't Leave the House. We're going to do part 2 next week. When Candace says, I went back in to check on the boys, she wasn't checking on Summer.
But it's a really good point.
Yeah. So then she goes in and she says to the boys, where's Summer? But you said you were going and check on the boys. Like Robin said, it's a huge slip because she knew Summer wasn't in there.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. I have not caught that either. I think we all, watch these things, and we can watch them 700 times, like you said, and we'll find something else that we didn't catch just because, we're focused on other things at the time. But that's a really good catch, and it is a major slip. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, we keep saying the truth's at the beginning, and that's at the beginning. So probably, there's probably some truth to that.
And the sad fact about this case is the beginning is before June 15th. Something led up to June 15th.
Absolutely.
That or Candace just flew off the handle. But if she just flew off the handle, she wouldn't have been able to cover it almost 14 months later.
No, and all this stuff that's been revealed here as of late, and whether you want to call it all BS or not, when you sit and look at the physical changes and physical appearance of Summer, you can't help but wonder if there is some truth in what's being told at this moment, because we can all see the deterioration of her condition, and that is frightening to think about what that little girl was going through. Frightening.
Well, and I also think about Dudley's wife thought that Summer was a little boy.
Yes.
Summer's not a beautiful little girl, but she had her hair cut like a little boy. If you don't know that Dawn and Candace had a younger daughter, you think that they have 4 boys.
Well, absolutely.
So when people say, oh, they were, she was kidnapped, like, Dawn, because she's a little girl. If Dudley's wife didn't know she was a little girl, how would the kidnapper know she's a little girl?
Yeah, exactly. Then you start thinking about the times where she talks about, having little girls, and every little girl she's ever had is no longer in her life, which there's none in her life at this moment, boys or girls, but nonetheless, just really makes you take a pause, and it really puts a pit in my stomach to think about some of the things that's been said and what we know now versus what we knew then. And it's just, wow, it's scary. Scary.
Very.
Bless her heart. She didn't have a prayer. She didn't have a chance, never had a chance. And that's so sad. So sad.
No, not with that den of wolves around her. And I don't just mean her parents and her grandma.
Oh, absolutely not.
Look what we've seen. Yeah. Look what we have seen come out of the woodwork. Yeah. Vero said, I think Dawn will stay on the hill when he gets out of jail. It's a perfect spot to hide. Dawn doesn't like to be controlled. After some months, Dawn will throw creepy Tim off the hill. Then she says, Brooks, thanks for all you do. Thanks for all you do, Vero. Dawn is a class A narcissist. He's an idiot. He's not a good narcissist. He can't even do that right. I'm kind of wondering when he tells Tim, when he gives him the highway and a turkey sandwich, if Tim will finally erupt and tell us what he knows in his conversations with his human boss.
Yeah, and I really would just like to know definitively that relationship to begin with. Like, is Tim making us think that relationship's so still intact, and it's the way that it presents itself, or is he just doing that to create this facade? And because it's always like it comes out he sends these stupid letters out, right at when we hear nothing except old spewing Sue over there is the only thing that we've been hearing lately, and that's all everybody talks about because there's nothing else to talk about, so it just makes me wonder if it doesn't just try to, I don't know. There's so much corruption stuff in this. It's ridiculous.
Well, when it comes to media manager, I think he wants to focus off Jody Sue and back on his human boss.
I agree. Every time that it seems like it shifts, this is when stupid stuff comes out, every single time.
So now we have letters, whether Dawn is, because I have never seen Dawn's handwriting prior to him going to jail.
No.
Never. I mean, me and Dawn aren't pen pals. Okay. He's not on my Christmas card list. And I'm not a handwriting expert anyway. It could be anyone. I wouldn't know.
Sure. Same here.
And like I said, this handwriting from the Dead Sea Scrolls is beyond. This is like something from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I write in cursive.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. It's so strange. You crack me up with your analogies. It's the best thing ever.
Oh, I'm telling you. When I opened that up and I'm like, fuck is this Captain Jack Sparrow shit? What's he doing? My God,
yes.
I mean, like I said, I still use cursive, but it doesn't look like something like a pen with a feather coming out of it.
No. That's why I start, I have a little bit of reservations about who's actually writing it.
Yeah. And I almost wonder if, because I don't know if Tim goes to the jail in person or if he's doing video calls with Dawn, which I promise that's going on. And he's like, okay, well, do you want to write a letter and I'll put it on the website? And Tim's writing all this out. Dawn is, being the boss, and he's doing the shorthand, kind of like Dabney Coleman and Dolly Parton in 9 to 5. And he's written all this down and then he slaps it on the website, but he makes his own adjustments to it.
That's about where that's where I'm at. I think that's exactly what's happening. But I want to know what the result is for Tim by doing this. Like, I don't understand it. And it gives me the freaking creeps to think about it.
Well, we were talking about it on the show Wednesday, and I've really been thinking about it a lot lately because there's two things that nobody has enough of. One is time and one is money. For some reason, Tim is spending a lot of time, and these calls he makes to Dawn in jail cost money.
Yep.
This website, I'm assuming, is not free.
No, I mean, I wouldn't think so. Some point in time he had to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And then why he thinks that Dawn's his human boss. I mean, oh my God.
Because Tim's a freak, man.
I mean, that is, yeah, exactly.
So what does he get? What's the end game? It really made me suspect when he reached out to the family of Michael Vaughn as well. Of course, they didn't take the bait like Human Boss did. But is he thinking he's going to write a book? He's going to be part of a Lifetime movie, a Netflix series. It was mentioned one time, somebody was talking to Hulu. I don't know.
See, I don't know. I honestly think that he thinks that there's something in it for him. There's a lot of stuff about Tim I would like to know, but I don't want to know either, if that makes sense. So I can't make my mind go there.
He's certainly not looking for any sort of, attention like someone we know, because he's not on YouTube. He stays away from anybody that wants to talk to him.
Oh, yes. Yes, which makes it even creepier for me.
So what's the end game? A lot of people have brought up the real estate. Tim does not have an active real estate license now, but I mean, if he passed the test once, he could pass it again. Is he going to help Human Boss when he gets out and say, look, let's get you a new life. Let's sell this. I don't know. Or is it, like I said, there is a motive behind the means, and it's not the graciousness of his heart.
That's a fact. That's about the only thing that we have that is a fact, and that is a fact. You can put that in a bank.
But these letters that are now coming out, I think he's communicating with Dawn the whole shitstorm that happened when Jody Sue pulled her BS a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I agree.
Focus 180 degrees, not on this channel. We talked about it once, and I'm done with her. It took the focus 180 degrees off of the case, the disappearance of Summer Wells, right on to Jody, her personal problems, her issues with Andy, all of that. It was all on her. Good, bad, or indifferent. That was the focus.
Absolutely. That's exactly what happened. I don't know, Brooks. There's a lot of this stuff. I swear you would think in 13 months that we would know so much more, and we don't. And it's crazy. And the more that we don't know, the crazier these freaking games get. And yeah, I'm not going to go into Miss Lulu Sue Brown over there. Just not going to do it. But I don't know. That is exactly what has happened, though. He had to figure out how to get the limelight back on Dawn or whoever, try to steal Jody Sue's thunder and all this mess. But I hate to tell him, but Jody Sue's made so much of an impact with what her statement was. People will never forget that. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Whether or not it's true or not, nobody's ever going to forget that, because again, if it's true or not, what a piece of crap you are for both directions. So people are just never going to forget it. And it's like they grasp at straws when that starts happening.
Well, and think about this. I'm not law enforcement. You're not law enforcement. I don't think anybody in here is. Not just Jody, but Allie. And the whole plethora of people that spoke out against the Wells. We have heard some of the most depraved, outrageous accusations, yet we sit here almost 15 months later and not one arrest, not one charge, nothing. Yet Hawkins County makes an arrest every damn day, but they can't pin them with anything. What the hell is really going on here? Are these people making all this shit up or what?
Yeah, I don't know. And I think that's what's so frustrating with this is it's, I've always have faith. I do. I have complete faith, but you do grow weary of what the hell is actually going on. And it's so scary. And the bad part of it is what is going on. Not only is where is Summer, it's what is going on around that. And it's, it just takes everybody wants their own attention and their own whatever, and forget about what we're all here for to begin with, which is finding Summer. And we can't do that for idiots that stand in the way, either making crap up or throwing out accusations months later, showing some kind of guilty knowledge. And it's absolutely absurd. It is the craziest things I've ever witnessed in my life. It is the craziest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in my backyard, really.
I know. And there's new accusations that have come out. We are going to address those. I promise. I have to have time to marinate on it, think about it, and try to make sense out of, new things that have come out. Nothing that came out let me put it this way. It's jaw-dropping, but in this case, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. And sadly, that's where we're at.
Pretty much the norm. It used to be this case. I would go, oh my God, are you kidding me? Now I'm like, figures.
Yeah. We're all numb. We're all numb to it. Completely numb.
Sick. That
yes.
Is sick.
It is. You're exactly right.
Ann Hennessy said, Tim is an opportunist. He wants to keep the situation, in quotes, going. He has no interest in finding anyone. Boy, truer words have not been spoken. Let me tell you why. You find Summer, you solve the case, old boy's out of a job. He does not want this to end. He wants to be the Tennessee John Benet Ramsey. He wants to talk about this for the next 30 years. Mark my words. She said, as you said, it's about money. There's an end game. Please do not think this bleeding heart is doing all this for nothing. Stick with me, Dawn. We'll ride this out for all the money we can. She said, it makes me sick. Boy, it makes me sick too. And when I look at the newest letter that came out, and I'm sure there's going to be more to come. It's very telling because they're thanking the people that donated. So why are you putting this in people's minds about money? They know that ship has sailed. There's no reward fund. It's all tied up in the courts for one reason or another.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, and it's just a telling sign that it always comes back to money. It always does. That's what the other person, I'm not going to say her name, sits over there and spews about people who talk about Summer, that you're exploiting a child and making money off of a missing child. Well, what exactly does she think she's doing? I mean, last time I checked, Jody, so you didn't have a friggin' job or anything else, though I do think you should check into having one because it would keep you off YouTube. But people are padding your pockets too, and you're walking around accusing these people of this kind of stuff. I mean, it just makes no sense. It's the root of all evil, and it comes back to that every single time, and it's money. And it pisses me off to no end. And then it also is on the other side. Hawkins County is out of friggin' money. They can't afford to pay their friggin' officers. They can't pay blah, 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 blah. It's all you hear. It's always about money.
Absolutely.
Always.
And they're the first ones to point, oh, these YouTubers making money, da 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 da. Are you kidding me? The advertising off a show might garner you enough to buy a cup of coffee if you had a lot of views.
Yeah.
My banner says Summer Wells is still missing. 800 TBI fine. I'd love to change that banner someday. It doesn't say Cash App, PayPal. It doesn't say anything like that. So they need to make more specifics when they point people out or point that finger at themselves.
Thank you. Thank you. Harder to point that finger at yourself, though. A lot harder.
That's the hardest thing in the world to do. So,
yes.
And, these people, Jody, Allie, I mean, all of them. Nobody knew who they were before. Nobody cared about her in that holler or anywhere else. And now everyone's looking at them, and I think they kind of like it. They've gotten used to it.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's a bunch of them that think they've now become famous people on YouTube. I swear to God that, and I guess in a right kind of sensible way, I guess maybe there's, no, I don't want to say famous, but you know what I mean, popularity contest or some stupid crap, because none of them does anything to help find her or, to help with the case or whatever. All they do is create further confusion. So it just makes you think, okay, was this part of the game the whole time? Was this the whole end game anyway for making their lovely Hulu movie or whatever in the hell that is actually going on with him? So I can't deal with it. It pisses me off to know this is going on anywhere in our world, much less in my own friggin' county. It absolutely makes me so friggin' mad because I know how many resources have been wasted on these piece of crap people. And I'm sorry, that's what they are to me. They're a piece of crap. If they knew something about anything and they did nothing, then you, my friend, are a piece of crap when it comes to that because you knew something was going on and you chose to say nothing. You're a piece of crap. Sorry.
Nothing. And then you speak out later saying you saw all this stuff. No. And I guess they think at least one. Tim is one. I guess they think that they're going to ride this forever. No. Let me tell you something. This is not a nationwide case.
No.
If I go down, to the store right now, get a cup of coffee, my tea, whatever, and I say, has anybody heard any updates on Summer Wells? They're going to not know anything of what I'm talking about because there's a sect in the true crime community talking about Summer Wells doesn't mean it's nationwide news. It should be. Every missing child should be.
Absolutely.
No shade at Summer. This is no shade at the area. Nothing like that. It should be nationwide news when a child is missing, period. It's not.
Absolutely.
I had to get a new phone a few weeks ago. And, like I do, I check up on, get up in the morning, I'm checking on cases, put in Summer Wells. Maybe something happened overnight. You never know. I do this all the time. Several cases, not just Summer. We're talking about Summer. I put in Summer because on my old phone, I would put in SU and immediately Summer Wells popped up because I've searched so much. So I put in Summer. It pulled up summer hairstyles, summer drinks, summer vacations.
So glad that you said that because I literally just had the same thing happen to me just a couple months ago. And I was just like you, type in SU, most of them just an S and bam, it popped up already. But I also had to get a new phone and it was the exact same situation. And it totally, even when I typed the word summer in, it was summer fun and summer, it was all this stuff. It was nothing Summer Wells. So no, it is not nationwide. And it goes to show you the differences in cases, put aside what anybody thinks about another case. But with the case with Monkey, that they're putting his face on freaking tractor and trailers going across the friggin' United States. It tells you what you need to know. I'm sorry.
Part of the problem, which you would think Dateline would grab it like they did the Lori Vallow case, is the cast of characters.
It is. You nailed it.
You would think, I don't know, media manager's not doing his job. But he did slap a new letter out on the website. Today's Friday. I believe this was was this put up yesterday or Wednesday? I'd have to look. Well, what's today? The 29th, so the 27th, Wednesday. Whew, yeah. I'm getting it. I promise I'm getting it together, guys. So I'm going to start reading it. We're going to go back to a couple of places that stuck out to me.
Hey, look at that comment right there by Jordan. I live in Georgia. We are right on the Georgia-Tennessee state line, and nobody from Chattanooga or my part of Georgia knows. Jordan, I just wanted to tell you, I just literally came from Chattanooga yesterday. I was on travel, and I literally asked people, because that's just who I am. I'm kind of crazy when it comes to that stuff, and we'll talk to literally a rock. But I asked those questions when I went in, and I looked for billboards. I looked for anything. There was nothing. I did leave flyers in certain places where I was stopping. It's not a long drive, so it wasn't like I was, I had other things I had to do too, but I still pass out flyers. I still have them in my car. I still do that when I go places, especially when I go down towards Knoxville and places like that. So I just thought that was an interesting comment that, he lives that close and people have never heard of it. I mean, it just goes to show you that's 2 to 3 hours down the road and people have never heard of it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you on that one. It was just a good comment.
It's a perfect point. And do not take this the wrong way. It should be nationwide news. So, I mean, we've made our point. People like Tim and Jody and Allie. I mean, these people that are used to being popular now, they're sitting at the cool kids table in their mind. Listen, people. I mean, like in this chat right now, we have 229 people. No, they're not getting it. They're not getting it. Because I was very taken aback. Like I said, I got a new phone. I put in Summer, and I have everything except Summer Wells. Even when I started scrolling down, just out of curiosity, it wasn't even a suggested search.
No,
and
that is so awful. Oh, it's awful. It's so sad. And I do think and we can talk about that and speculate about that another time. But do you think it makes me think it's just because of the crazy people that's come forward and said stuff. They don't even know which direction to take the story, because the story is in 75,000 directions still. And I think that's why people are not getting it, because there's not a story to tell, because there's 30,000 stories to tell. There's not just one, there's 30,000. So that's why nobody will take it.
Yeah, exactly. There's 29,999 stories. The one we're waiting on is from the woman who is as missing as Summer, and that's Candace. Dawn's sitting there Zooming or whatever with Tim, piping out these crazy letters. Candace could be advocating for her daughter. And I don't even want to hear, because they've bullied her. Look at the hate Brandy Neal gets.
Facts. Thank you.
She doesn't care. She is going to talk. And look at what happened to Candace Cooley with her son, Dylan Rounds. She doesn't give a shit.
And nor should you.
She's like, come at me. You people mean nothing to me. I want my son. I want justice for my son. Same with Brandy. You may not like Brandy, how she does things. She doesn't care. I'm sure it bothers her on certain levels. And Candace, Candace literally doesn't care, guys.
No, because I would love for somebody to tell me when you've seen her and him and Dawn prior to jail stand with TBI. And did you ever see that? No, you didn't see him standing with Hawkins County. You didn't see any of that. None of it. It tells you all you need to know.
No. But no, human boss is at it again. So let's start with this letter. I got to go to the eye doctor. I can't just keep doing readers anymore.
I had to give in, Brooks. You better do it.
I know. And I've always got them on top of my head, and then I'm looking for my glasses. When I got done talking to you yesterday, all right, I've always got an ink pen in my hair and my glasses on my head. It's a look, guys. Don't copy it. So I was like, I'm going to go to the gym real quick, and I'll talk to you later. You're like, okay, bye. I walked into the damn gym with my eyeglasses on my head and an ink pen sticking out of my skull.
I do the same thing. It's so funny. I did finally go to the doctor though, and my eyes were worse than I even thought. So make that appointment, Brooks. I'm going to hold you accountable.
I'm going to do it right after this. So
yes, ma'am.
Here we go. This is going to be one of the last rounds that my Dollar Tree readers get. Okay. Who's we? We wanted to thank everyone who donated to the reward fund in the hopes of bringing our precious daughter back home. I'm reading slow because, again, I'm reading Old English calligraphy. Okay. Reward fund in the hopes of bringing our precious daughter back home. And we can assure you she is worth everything to us and more, as she loves everyone. We're going to talk about this next statement in a minute. She is blameless. She loves everyone, is blameless, and deserves to be in school with her peers, becoming a young lady. It kills us to think about what she might be going through. We know these who have donated, and so many others feel the same. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And for those in media, I think Tim put this in here, for those in media who do their job with a heart, thank you very much, and God bless. Then we have a poem. Here's the poem. As we wander through the Trail of Tears, I'm from Oklahoma. I know what the Trail of Tears is, and Don's not on it. He's not an Indian. As we wander through this Trail of Tears, remember, God wandered in the desert with the Israelites for 40 years. Tears and years. See, he's rhyming. God told Moses, I'll send an angel, have no fear. Moses said, Lord, no, please, I need you near. Poem by Donnie Wells. This magnificent letter was signed by Summer Wells' earthly father.
Oh, I stayed quiet for a reason. So y'all let you go ahead and say what you want to, and then we'll dive in.
So let's start with the money. They bring up the reward fund. They're thanking people, probably in a hopes that they open their hearts up again and maybe start cash apping Candace. I don't know. But like I said, as far as the reward fund, Don, they already had you on WJHL talking about it. Like I said, that ship has sailed. It's under investigation. It's tied up with the courts. You're not getting a dime. So he talks again about education. Don needs an education because the Trail of Tears is not in the Bible. He's not Indian. Andrew Jackson is not in the Bible. This is way before Moses in the desert, which God wasn't in the desert. So we got another problem there. But anyway, education, her to become a young lady and be around her peers.
She's a child. She's not a preteen. She's a child. For her to be a child, for starts. But, okay. Oh, I'm just waiting for the next part. You know what I'm waiting for.
Uh-huh. So let's, they're having a hard time imagining what she's going through. I go to a comment from the channel the other day. I can't remember if I showcased it or not. I can't remember who even left it. Said that they're convinced now that Don really didn't write the script. He went along with it, and that he's really just that dumb. Letters like this make me agree.
Absolutely.
What do you mean you can't imagine what she's going through, Don? What do you mean? Candace knows what she's going through. That's why Candace doesn't have shit to say. If Candace had a mouthful of shit, she couldn't say shit.
That's a fact too. That is a fact, 100%. And you know what? You know what's even funnier is he can imagine what she's going through. Okay, well, you did say that you were in fear that she was locked in a dungeon. You freak. I'm going to use the word again. I mean, you literally said those words on a TV interview, on a news interview. You said you were afraid she was locked in a dungeon. I'm going to say something that if I was missing a child, God forbid, the last thing that I'm going to say is, God, I hope they're not locked in a dungeon. What?
A dungeon.
Oh my God.
And I always wondered if he used the word dungeon to twist that knife with all of us, because they pay attention to social media. I don't know that Candace is so much anymore, but we know he did.
Oh, yes.
So when we immediately started calling her bedroom a dungeon and he heard Chris McDonough say it, then it's like, I hope she's not in a dungeon somewhere, because everybody that heard him say that was a kick in the gut.
Absolutely. It was the trigger word of the whole friggin' interview was the word dungeon, because you're exactly right. That's what everybody was referencing, their basement and where her bedroom was. It wasn't a basement, it was a dungeon. That's what everybody said. Mm-hmm. And rightfully so.
Cheryl said, "What the fuck? He's an idiot. Candace is part of it all." Yes, Candace. Like we said, we have all these stories. We have astronomical accusations coming from people that personally know them. Not knew them, know them. No arrest, no charges or anything. What is really going on there?
God, I don't know. That's $1 million question. I don't know, but I swear, there's so much guilty knowledge here. It's ridiculous. And there's so many spins to this story. The fact that we say it's a story really pisses me off. It's not a story. It's a freaking missing girl. Her name is Summer Wells. She is missing. There's no story behind it. There should be facts, straight to the facts, but we can't get there for the idiots that want to spin stories and confuse everybody to where everybody just throws their hands up and they want people to forget, because you're right. The people that are profiting off of this are the very ones who have guilty knowledge and don't want her found, because their money's going to dry up, and God forbid that happens. Because one of their businesses is already shot in that, she's revealed a little bit too much information. So she's going to lose her customer base real quick. And I'm sure she already has. So she had to find a supplemental income.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And they say that she's in Dandridge, Tennessee. I don't know. Don B has seen her. He doesn't live in Dandridge. He's seen her a couple times, I think. Shit, I would have died if I saw her. I've been like, God.
I have prayed that I don't see her or Jody Sue in public. I've never seen these people ever anyway in public, so I pray that I never do. I'm not sure of how I would deal with that if I saw that. I'm very honest. I'm not making a threat at all. I'm just saying I don't know how I would handle it. I don't know that I could handle myself in that situation.
No, me either. Me either. Oh, I don't know. I don't even think I could speak to her. I think I would just be like, I guess try to, hey, Candace, I've talked to you before, putting a face with the name, blah, 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 whatever. So is there anything that you remember about June 15th? Like what was going on?
Yeah. And Brooks, the fact,
that would have the nerve. I think I would just be too upset. See,
that's me. I think I would just stand there and stare. I think that's all I could do. I'm being very open and honest about that, because I just don't think that I could do anything. I don't, because I don't know what I would do. So that's why I'm like, I don't even think I could say anything.
No. So some things that stuck out to me. What sticks out to you guys in this letter? Because what stuck out to me, Summer is blameless. Now, we've heard Dawn say before it was her downfall. She liked to play outside. The boys were supposed to keep the doors locked at all times because, that's what minor children do, right? They protect the security of their parents. When I read is blameless, how on earth could Summer be to blame for any of this?
I don't know. And just in case anybody's curious, the literal definition of blameless is innocence of wrongdoing. She was 5 years old when she went missing, now 6. How in the hell are you even going to try to place blame on a 6-year-old little girl? You sorry piece of shit. The fact that you would even say those words, or you would even publish those words in a letter, whoever you are, and if it's Tim or whoever it is, obviously he had some kind of input to it because it's on the website. I'm sorry, you're a sorry piece of shit to even say those words. Even if Summer ran out the door and ran down the road, you don't say it's her fault. It is her parents and her guardians and whoever is responsible for her. It is your fault that you didn't keep a check on your kids. And Candace, you're such a helicopter mother. Then why didn't you see her running out the door if that's in fact what happened? You are the ones to blame. Do not ever ever say anything about putting blame on that young lady ever again. I swear to you, that's why I can't be in presence of any of these people, Brooks. I can't do it. I'm going to lose my shit talking about it. So just,
Oh no,
I can't.
girl.
I,
I love when Muscles and Mascara grabs her soapbox.
oh man. Mm.
So then she talks about, we were doing, don't leave the house part 1. Like, so we're going to do part 2 another day, because we got to talk about the Declaration of Independence here. I cannot believe this shit.
Mm.
So in part 1, when we were talking about it, Candace says, the boys, the boys, the boys, the boys. How, Candace, did you have track of 3 boys? Boys are rambunctious, not saying Summer isn't, but you couldn't keep track of Summer?
Yeah. Yeah. And you're trying, and from day 1, they have tried to place blame on those boys. Mm-hmm. From day 1. And shame on you. You know what? That is a horrific, okay, if in fact something happened to her, and obviously something did, because she's not with us, so we don't know where she is. You're trying to blame those boys, that was, first of all, it was Summer's downfall that she locked outside. Let's not forget that. So there's another place of blame. The boys would constantly leave her outside, and they would have to tell them to, no, you get off your ass and go get her if she's in fact left outside. It's your responsibility. Yes, the boys might have responsibility. If you say, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey guys, keep a check on your sister while you're outside playing. Okay, that's fine. I have no problems with that. But you don't place blame on they left her outside, or they did this, or they did that. Why? Because you're too busy in your drug ring to pay attention to what she's doing? You don't do that to children. I'm sorry. They're not responsible. They are children. They didn't bring her in this world. They aren't responsible for her. That is their sibling. End of story.
And they're responsible for locking the door so Dawn and Candace can sleep without getting kidnapped or broke into. Come on.
Yeah, you do not do that. You do not do that. And I can't even fathom what those children have been through in their lifetime prior to this, but ever since this, I can't imagine it. I mean, I can't, it literally makes me sick. I literally have tears in my eyes talking about it. I cannot imagine what they have been through and the blame that's been placed on them. I can't. I mean, I just can't. They have no chance. They have got such a long road ahead of them. They had a long road ahead of them anyway. But to try to get over this, I can't even imagine what they're going through. That is so sad. And it is so sad that you have children, you bring them in this world. Candace, you've had seven, for the love of God, jerk every organ out of your body that gives you reproduction abilities and jerk them out, because you do not deserve to breathe another breath of life into a human being. You do not deserve it.
Nope. And like lovely lady 422 said, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, you guys take a second to give it a like. There is something going on with YouTube's algorithm big time. I don't know what it is. People have been telling me about it. We'll discuss it more in the members live. But give it a like and make sure you sub up and hit that damn bell. So what happened to the resurrection? We have 2 letters in a row where Dawn is pleading, saying, do the right thing. We can't imagine what she's going through. Well, she's going through nothing in the resurrection, Dawn, and you're not going to see her there until you do the right thing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What happened to the resurrection? Now we're putting out these letters. This is to the kidnappers. Bring our daughter home. Yeah, what happened with that?
Yeah. I literally cannot deal with. My blood pressure is so high right now. This is so sick. This is just so sick, Brooks. It's sick. It is so sick. I can't deal with it. I mean, I leave this freaking app every day going, I'm not listening to another Summers thing. I'm not. I can't do it anymore. I'm not listening to it. But I'm like, no, because that's everybody's failed her in her life. And I'm not saying that we're doing anything to rescue her, but damn it, if I can stand up here and say something about her piece of shit people, I'm going to. So that's just how it works.
Yep. So that definitely got my blood pumping when he said she is blameless or is blameless. No reason to even point that out to us, human boss. We got it. We already knew that. That bothers me to no end. That was said, whether he said it, and Tim wrote it down or Tim plugged it in, that's a no-go for me. Then about education again. This is 2 letters in a row about her education. She should be with her peers becoming a young lady. Grosses me out that Dawn is saying becoming a young lady. Sorry, it is. And her peers. Let's talk about her peers. She had not been to school yet, so she had no school friends. She hasn't been to school yet, right? Her peers would be the junk you brought around her, Dawn, and she doesn't need to be around them any longer, does she? She better not ever be around them again. If we're lucky enough for her to be found alive, her peers are the shit you allowed around her, Dawn.
Facts. The peers of people that you let come up there just romping around doing drugs and everything else that, people they've admitted to this to some degree themselves that it happened. So, I mean, no. Her peers. She's never going to have peers. Her peers are friggin' adults, and God only knows what that child's ever been exposed to. And the boys. I'd never want to leave the boys out of any conversation. Don't get me wrong when I say that, because they're included in every bit of this rant that I have going on. It's just that we know where we don't know, but they're fine. They're being taken care of, thank God, and hopefully they've got a beautiful life now and they can figure out how to make it through life and be beautiful people in the world. I certainly pray that every single night. But I also know that this is about this girl who's missing, and she's not going to have peers of any sort whatsoever, because we at this point don't know where she is. And God forbid that we find her not with us. You're a piece of shit. I mean, I'm sorry. That's all I can say.
They are. Yeah, her peers. That pissed me off to no end. I'm like, her peers? She's never been to school, Dawn. She was not afforded that opportunity.
Mm-mm.
Thanks to what went down June 15th. And her peers leading up to were the derelicts you let come around her.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you go to, he uses us and we. Well, who's us and we? Him, Candace, and Grandis? I'm going to assume it's just him and Candace. Candace has every opportunity to speak, keep her daughter's name out there. I go back to a live she was on. I only got a screen recording of it, a clip, where she said, no, we're not going to talk about Summer. What mother of a missing child would say, I can't think about her right now. We're not going to talk about Summer. If you bring Summer up, kick him out of here. She is out. Dawn's in jail, as we know, whether she's in Dandridge, Gatlinburg, Knoxville, wherever she is in Tennessee. She has the opportunity and the means, because the internet's free. She can get Wi-Fi somewhere to advocate for her daughter. She's gone. She's missing. I mean, at least Dawn, the piece of shit he is, at least he's doing something. And Dawn doesn't even know the other end of it, how people are reacting to his letters, because he's in jail. Tim's telling him he's the hero now. Everyone loves you.
Oh, yeah, because everybody is hating on Candace, so they love you that you're still bringing up Summer's name, blah, 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 that you're still speaking out, and Candace is not, or whatever. I mean, yeah, Candace is, let's just be honest, just on YouTube, how much her account, when she made a freaking channel, it grew astronomically. There were always 1,000 people in her chat when she was live, just holding on to see what she was going to say. So the fact that you took that and turned it into what you turned it in, and then say that you have to put Summer to the side and focus on her boys, I tell you what, you don't deserve nothing but what's coming to you, honey. That is all you deserve. Nobody, your boys, yes, I know that they were taken or whatever, but your boys shouldn't even be in this conversation right now because they're safe. The only person right now, in my opinion, you should be speaking out about is your daughter, Summer, because she's the one that no one knows where she is. No one knows what's going on in her life, but you don't want to bring her up. You want to put her to the side. Well, I'm going to tell you what I want to do about you, Candace. I've tried to put you to the side for a long damn time. But you know what? I can't, because guilt comes back every time and points directly right at your face. And I can't wait to the day that you got to answer for it, be it on this earth or somewhere else. I can't wait to the day that you face what's coming to you, because it's coming. You've allowed shit to happen to your kids that you deserve what's coming to you, regardless where it's at. Sorry. That's just how I am.
But it smothers her.
Oh, God. Oh,
It
God.
smothers her, and talking about Summer doesn't help her. Remember those two phrases when we're talking about the Queen of Ben Hill Road, and I don't mean Jody Poo, Candace. Those two phrases, I can't unring that bell. It just smothers me, and it's not helping me. It's not helping me. Now here she is. She's not at her home that people spent their hard-earned money helping them fix up. Granted, it's not the lap of luxury, but it's 10 times better than what they had. She abandons all that, goes and hangs out with all these different friends. I guess she wears out her welcome and goes to another one. Probably has no communication with Dawn, if you really want to know the truth, because she's not going to pay for those Zoom calls.
Oh, no. Well, no. And last time we heard that she was no longer in love with Dawn. So Dawn, who is we in this then? You're exactly right. Who's we? Because there is no more, according to what Candace was spewing out the last time she spoke online. She doesn't love him anymore. She loves him, but she's not in love with him.
Yeah, she said he's the kids' dad. So I love him, but I'm not in love with him. And he's done what he's done. What upset me about that, not that I care about their love life or what the hell they do, but what do you mean what he's done? Because Candace is not the type to be morally offended by Dawn getting a DUI and going to jail for a violation of probation.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd love to know what exactly it was that she felt so morally disgusting that he's done what he's done that it led her to that comment. I would love to know.
I would love to know too. And I agree with Helen, someone, they're partners in crime. I don't know. I mean, is Dawn that good of a criminal or that big of an idiot? It can only be one way or another. What is it? There's no in between with this right now, according with Dawn or Candace. Are they that damn slick or that damn dumb? Candace, she's that slick because she was there that day.
Yeah, and I always want to go back to they're that dumb, but they know exactly what they've been doing. It's not that they're incompetent when it comes to that. They know what they've done, and there's a reason why they keep hiding stuff, because they know it was wrong. So they're not that dumb. I mean, they're not.
Don himself admitted, he goes, maybe we weren't paying attention. There's that we word again. I mean,
yeah, and don't throw in maybe.
Do you have a mouse in your pocket? Who's we? Like this letter, we, us.
Yep.
We can't spell out a name. Candace and I, her mother and I, becoming a young lady, our precious daughter. I need some names attached to all of these. You know?
Facts. Say her friggin' name. Her name is Summer. And I lost my train of thought. Crap. I had a good thought and I just lost. Maybe it'll come back to me. Shoot.
Well, now, before I close this up, because we've gone over the letter, I'm going to look at it some more. But him saying that Summer is blameless, ridiculous. Her peers are a bunch of scumbags he allowed around Summer. Us and we, I need a definition of that. And I really think if Dawn wants to get somewhere, personally, because it will get to her, write Candace a poem. Write Candace a letter. Put it on the website. Rattle her cage. Because as long as you're not covering for her, nothing's going to piss her off more than you not covering for her, Dawn. Then we might get somewhere.
Yeah. And that's what I do remember what I was going to say. You was talking about maybe we weren't keeping an eye on her, or maybe whatever it was. Well, Dawn, you weren't supposed to be there that day. So now are you going back and telling us a little bit of truth that you were there that day and maybe you weren't paying attention? There's just like, where does that come from? So you're admitting that you weren't paying attention. So that means that you were there. So it just, I don't know. It just, you can't make sense of it. I mean, you can't.
Cover for each other. Candace was adamant for months. Donnie was at work. Donnie was at work. Donnie was at work. Then she's on another panel, I believe it was Outlaw Trucker, and she slipped and said, Donnie and I aren't like that. I keep up with my kids. I can't keep up with him. I don't even know where he was that day. That's a huge change. And then I'm back to what I was saying earlier, and you and I talked about yesterday and this morning before the show. With all of the changing of the stories, we're going to have the answer someday, and it will blow our minds, I'm telling you. With all the outrageous accusations made by Jody, True, Allie, Sherry, Leslie, not one charge, one arrest, except for Dum Dum violating his probation. What the hell is really going on here?
Yeah, I mean that's a whole live topic in itself. What the hell is really going on? Because I would love to know. I would love to know exactly what's going on too, just like everybody. Because not because I'm any better than anybody else, or it's because I'm a local. But let's be real. I mean, if something happens to one of my family members, it's scary to think that I could still be over a year without knowledge of what happened to him because of some stupid crap that people just, which, that's my family doesn't hang around a bunch of people like that. So, I don't have that problem. But why do all these characters keep coming into play to confuse the story even worse? I don't understand it. There's something up that you're right. Our minds are going to be blown. There it is. I mean, you're exactly right. I fully believe that.
I believe minds are going to be blown. And I think a lot of these people that have spoken out are going to be proven liars. Not saying Dawn and Candace are good people. We're going to find out probably worse about them than what these people could say. Because through law enforcement investigating, something with these stories are not adding up. Or there would be more charges. I'm sorry, there would be. And I am not saying Dawn and Candace didn't do any of these things. For some reason, it can't be proven. But what's going to be proven is it's going to be the final jaw dropper.
I agree 100%. 100%. And, I know that you're wrapping this up because I do have to sprint really quickly, but end of story is Summer Moon Utah Wells is still missing. If you have credible tips, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Do not get on YouTube and start spouting off things if you know some credible evidence. Do not do that. For this young lady's sake, please let us find this young lady, because I love her dearly, and I don't even know her personally, and I don't need to. And I love her. She's never had anybody love her like we love her now. So please do that, please.
Absolutely. If you have a credible tip, absolutely. 800-TBI-FIND. There's no point in telling Facebook. There's no point in telling YouTube, because YouTube and Facebook can't do a damn thing for you. 800-TBI-FIND. They are open 24/7, and they'd love to talk to you if you can crack this. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Brooks.
Hey, anytime. Love having you up. It's been too long, my friend.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Adulting's getting in the way of us doing the show.
I know, right?
All right.
Yes.
I'll catch you after your meeting. And don't forget the live is at noon Central. So that's 1 o'clock your time.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
She has got so much passion for this, and she gets so mad. I don't blame her. I'm the same way. And I'm not even local to the area. I'm going to look at one more thing in this letter real quick that stuck out at me, besides the Trail of Tears and Moses. Hang on. It kills us to think about what she might be going through. That part of the letter also bugs the hell out of me, because that can't be crossing their minds. Why are they toying with us? Why are they toying with us? Why are they toying with law enforcement? And again, what is Tim's end game? I can pretty much figure out Jody's. Allie's she's got a whole plethora of new problems. And she created that on her own, by the way. Anyone that says, oh, it's because she's around the wells. Nah, I think that's been building up for a long time. Yeah, Helen, thank you. Kills. It kills us. It's one thing to say, can't sleep at night thinking about where Summer might be, because they're not going to use her name. It kills us. I don't think there's any conversations with him and Candace regarding Summer, because I don't see Candace giving a shit enough to reach out to Dawn. I really don't. It seems that she's moved on with her life. Maybe when he gets out of jail, he'll woo her back to the hill. I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see. Again, it bugs me that he says she's blameless. Have you ever heard a parent of a missing child? If you have, please tell me, because I'm racking my brain and I can't think of anyone that says their missing child is blameless in their disappearance. That's insane. Again, her peers are the shit that they brought around her. I'm not talking about the people at church, because I think that was a very short-lived stint. I don't believe that they were avid churchgoers for a long time. I don't think it was probably a hit and miss Saturday anyway. And then, of course, the us and we. If he starts using words like, I miss her, I want her back, he really, Tim, you're doing this all wrong. The message doesn't need to be sent to us, because we get it. Law enforcement gets it. The message needs to be directed at Candace one way or another. You guys think I'm reaching a little too far there? Rattle her cage. Just start talking. I miss her. I want her back. I want to thank the people. I want to do this. Not us anymore. Leave Candace out of it. Candace can speak for herself. She refuses. She has access to a phone. She has access to internet. She's talking to people. But she's not doing anything stepwise to advocate for her daughter at all. She wants it to go away. I'm sure there was a lot of conversations between Dawn and Candace about her sister being missing. Hence why when Dawn talked to Jeff Bobo with the Rogersville Review on June 18th, 2021, and Rose was brought up, Dawn, without even taking a breath, said they didn't find her either. Didn't find her either. Well, Summer's only been missing a couple of days. What do you mean either? It's not like you've been looking for 5 years, Dawn, or almost 14 months. What do you mean they didn't find her either? Then we have the common denominator. That's Grandis. She has a daughter that hasn't been found either, and a granddaughter that hasn't been found either. Oh, Joanne, good point. Shocking, Dawn would say Candace is blameless. No way. How come Candace hasn't been charged with neglect? See, I'm waiting on that. When the detective back in March gave that interview and he said that the CPS case has bled over into this, which this is the disappearance of Summer. I'm wondering when that all comes down the pike with the boys being removed, if then charges will be made. I don't know. There is a rumor going around that Candace is in rehab. She's going to get out and she's going to start trying to get her boys back. Don't wish that upon those boys. Please don't wish that upon those boys. They had every opportunity to start reunification with the boys and get them back. Candace didn't seem to be concerned or involved. I think Dawn complained about having to drive too far. I can't remember. They already have to live with the memory of their sister disappearing. They have to live with that for the rest of their lives. The people that aren't concerned and the memory isn't bothering them are Dawn and Candace and Grandis. Broken Goth Doll said she doesn't want him back. It's too much effort. Jordan, you're right. If she's not charged with child neglect, because CPS was involved before. They were involved before the 15th of June. If she's not charged with child neglect, then I pray for this world. I do too. because it's got it written all over it. And I don't even mean about the condition of the house and things they were fixing up. I'm over that. Many, many other things. And like I said, what Jody has said, what Allie has said, what Leslie has said, what Sherry has said. Now, mind you, all of these people were in their circle, friends with them. How come none of this, they can't be charged for any of this? Are all of these people making up the same story? Or are their stories not holding water for some reason because they're not credible people? Allie's lost her own kids. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. So I'm going to do part 2 of Don't Leave the House next week. We're going to talk more about this whole blameless thing. And of course, I want to see all of your comments after the show as you think about what the hell Dawn and Tim really have going on. Because like I said, Candace, she's moved on with her life. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't wind back up on the hill when Dawn gets out. That's going to be one for the record books because they got a lot of fighting to catch up on because Dawn's going to have a lot of questions for her. There's going to be a lot of doors being broken on Ben Hill Road if Candace returns. And I don't believe those two together can stay sober. I don't. Do you guys think those two together who feed off each other could stay sober together? No. And I agree with the real Rock and Robin. Candace has moved on. You know, she lost 2 children to the state of Wisconsin. Summer is missing. 3 to the state of Tennessee. There's a rumor about one that was either between her relationship in Wisconsin and meeting Dawn or after Summer. I don't know. I just chalk it up to a rumor. 6 children that we definitely know about. None in Candace's custody. That tells a lot. That tells a lot. All right, guys, I'm going to start winding this down. I got a couple things to do before the members live. That's in about an hour and a half. So that's at noon Central Time. Make sure you hit that join button. Come over and chat with us. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, clear out the week, and get ready for our weekend. So in the meantime, again, means the world that you guys pile in every morning or every afternoon, sometimes 5 o'clock, because my schedule's been kind of funky lately. But anyway, you guys are the best. You are the best chat, and you are the best community on YouTube. I will see you back here in about an hour and a half. Bye-bye.